Hello, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Palworld. I hope you're having a good one because I am so excited to be back. We are here at my little ranch / mining base because there are some things that I want to do today. I want to upgrade, not this base, but the main base to level whatever it happens to be. And to do that, we need to build a refined metal chest. And to do that, we need refined ingots, we need hardwood, we need nails. And I have set up some nail production back at the main base to make this happen. We have over 100 refined ingots back at the main base as well. The only thing we're missing is hardwood, which is something we're going to get to today as well. Now, the second thing we'd need to build to upgrade that main base is a refrigerator, which requires refined ingots. We have those. Requires polymer. We have those. Requires cryogenic coolant, which is actually why we're at this base. And it requires circuit boards. We'll get to the coolant in just a second because the last thing we need would be a bunch of, I think, 3 of these large pal beds, which require high quality cloth, hardwood. Again, we'll get to that. Nails, we're working on those, and then fiber. And I mean, fiber is easy to come by. So the biggest problem that we have is actually going to be a shortage of ranches. It's a shortage of pals in ranches, giving us things like wool, which is needed for high quality cloth, as well as leather. And then the other thing that we need, as I mentioned, is the cryogenic coolant, which is made from a combination of things, but what we're short on for the cryogenic coolant is aquatic pal fluid. Now, the way we can get aquatic pal fluid is by killing aquatic pals or by putting a pal like 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢 into a ranch, because they will sometimes drop aquatic pal fluids when assigned to a ranch. And as I mentioned, we also need high quality cloth. We actually need quite a lot of that for a lot of things. And so we could also maybe actually we can't put a woolly pop in a ranch. They drop cotton candy. What we could do is put a lamb ball into a ranch, and they will sometimes drop wool when assigned to a ranch, which is completely fine. I think we can work with that. I don't think I can put the swee or the sweeper into a ranch, which is totally fine. We could put some alpaca. We have 2 of them into a ranch as well. But before we do any of that, we need a ranch. So I need to go and I need to get some fiber. And I was just about to run back and start chopping down some of those trees until I remembered that those are fake trees that I placed to look good. And I don't think... Is this a fake tree? Yes, it is. Is this a fake tree? No, okay. Oh, this is going to be really confusing. Oh, I really shouldn't mess too much with fake trees, but that's fine. We'll take down just a couple of these guys. We'll take down this one as well. And I want to say that's probably going to be enough to build a ranch. Now, the problem I have with building a ranch is I don't remember exactly where all of the resources that we want from this place happen to be. So I'm kind of thinking back here for the ranch is an idea, maybe. I don't remember if we had anything back here. We could sort of tuck it away in the back over this way, but we do have some resources that we want to continue to mine and acquire. Over here is kind of the same story. And over this way, I just don't remember. I really don't. I think what I'm going to do is just go for here. And I think that's going to be fine. This is just where the ranch is going to live. We'll build this thing super quickly. And then pretty much right away, I want to assign some pals to this thing that will do nothing but ranching. I also want to make sure that is not the button I'm looking for. I also want to make sure that I am, in fact, not starving, because that's a little bit annoying. And then we can go over here. And what I think we'll do is put a lamb bowl in here. I think we'll get ourselves that little 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢 in here as well. And I would really kind of like to go and get more 𝗟𝗚𝗙, because my thinking is I might assign 2 lamb balls to the ranch and then 2 𝗟𝗚𝗙 to the ranch, and that's going to give us a pretty good supply of both wool and aquatic pal fluids. And I guess we should also probably make sure that we have enough beds for everybody here. So looking into that, we do not have enough fiber for bed construction. So very quickly, we can take down 1 tree and we can take down another tree. That should give me enough to make, I want to say, 5 of these beds. And I guess it doesn't matter too much where they go, so we'll go 1 and 2, and can I get a third one here? No, that pillar is going to be in the way. That should be fine. That right there will be enough beds for all the pals that we have assigned here, though, so it's not the end of the world. What I can do is maybe put a 5th one here, so that'll give us up to 8 beds. What are you doing? How are you stuck? How have you gotten stuck back there? Come here. Come here, silly. What are you doing? Why can't I grab you? Wait, can I not pick this? Oh my God, return to the box. You're absolutely stuck back there and it's going to be getting to be a problem. We'll close that door. We have enough beds for everybody. We actually have enough beds for quite a few pals, which is fantastic news. Let's get this Algrove back out here. Let's just sort the pal box because we can. And I guess I was going to ask who I'm missing over here, but I know exactly who I'm missing. Where's my little Wisp-Paw? There you are. Let's make sure that we always have you with us because you are just ridiculously powerful. Even if you weren't particularly good in that tower, you're still ridiculously good in my heart, which is where it matters. Now, it's the cheesiest thing. Wait, do I still have this guy with me? Oh my God, no, we need to send you back to the other base. I thought I already did this, but I guess I didn't. We'll put him back in here, which is great. And I think, yeah, it was 𝗓𝗏 that I had with me before, which is totally fine. So that's everything back to normal at this base. What I would like to do now then is get my 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗙, and I want to just go look for, I guess, 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗙 is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm pretty sure it might be faster for me to fast travel over to, I want to say over this way, I think, or over towards where we got Foxicle, possibly. Might be the best bet. I was gonna fly there, but I'm reconsidering. I think fast traveling might be the better option because I think this is where I found 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢 to begin with. Now we do have some cows down here, which I haven't managed to get the bonus for just yet, but I think I'm going to hold off. I think I'm going to try and focus today because as much as I wonder if you guys, no, I'm looking for 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗙. I wonder if I can put them in a ranch, but I honestly don't know. I want to focus today. There's a few things that we need to do. We are going to need to get a bunch of Paldium fragments at some point for some of the things that I want to work on. But the main thing I want to do is upgrade the base, which means we're going to need a bunch of aquatic pal fluid, and I need to lock in is what I need to do. I absolutely need to lock in. I need to focus, need to make sure I'm doing the right things, because here's the big thing. That last tower that we just did was kind of tough, and I think it was tough in part because I'm an idiot and I didn't make good decisions, but also it was kind of tough. And I don't think the next one is going to be any easier. That was a level 40 tower. I would assume the next one's like level 50. I would imagine 45. It doesn't. I've no, maybe 45. It doesn't matter what it is. That last one was tough. That looks like it's straight out of Halo 3, just over there. And I don't want the next tower to be as much of a struggle. I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I'm slightly over-leveled for a lot of the encounters that I've been running into, and I'd like to keep it that way because this game's a bit of a breeze when I keep it that way. I'd also like to get that fast travel point over there just because I'm curious about what it is. And you know, I think this could be kind of useful. It is Marsh Island. It's looking out towards some kind of oil rig that I'm not particularly interested in going to just yet, but I'm not going to say no to more fast travel points. I'm also kind of noticing that there's nothing but 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗙 around here. There's not been a single 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗙 this entire time. I really should have remembered where they are because apparently I get the feeling I've come to the wrong part of the map to find 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗙. And I'm also thinking that there's a non-zero chance that when I do find one, it's not going to be like a little level 4 or a little level 2. And it's going to be a pain to grab it. Okay, I've got to be honest, my adventure here is not going well. I've yet to find a 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗙, but I have found myself here, and I realize there is something called Gubfin's Turf over here. It's a fast travel point, and there's some kind of boss just over here as well. So I'm going to get both of those because I'm in the neighborhood, and apparently I'm not suffering enough today. So That's my plan. That's what we're doing. I'll also grab this while we're here because I feel like I should. Let's get you back into your pal sphere. And what are we looking at down? It's not a 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗙. Okay, that's probably for the best. Oh, it's one of those kind of bosses. Okay. Let me just fly over here. We'll grab this. What the hell are those? Well, gobfins, apparently. I really wonder if I'm probably going to kill them if I attack them is the problem that I have here. But I'm kind of wondering if these guys, I might as well grab one because I've never grabbed one before. But I'm wondering if I can put them in a ranch. If I grab, you're dead. If I grab this one, like so, and I grab this one, let's do a little bit more damage to you. And just, I want to see if I can get them with the normal Pal Sphere. I'm kind of hoping I can. It seems like it's going to be unlikely. So you know what? Hypersphere. We'll get one. Oh no, apparently we'll get two. That's fine. Okay. Totally okay. Oh wait, no, apparently okay. You know what? We got one. That's good enough for me. I'm not particularly worried about getting a bunch more of them. I don't really want to fight that 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗙𝗢. I'm not going to lie. I think one little gobfin is probably fine. I'm going to ignore you guys because there's a 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢 right next to you. I'm hoping that a gobfin can go into a ranch and give me aquatic pal fluid, but I'm not certain. I've got no idea. The sealed realm of the sorcerer has also given me level 44. Okay. I think I want more health because I do feel a little bit squishy. And I'm also thinking I want legendary spheres, which needs pal metal ingots. I have no idea how to make pal metal. I'm going to be honest. We can also make a katana. We can make a pal metal pickaxe and a pal metal axe. I'm sure that this is, I got no idea. I got no idea. I'm assuming production assembly line number 2 is going to be something we need. I'm assuming legendary spheres are something we're going to need. I'm assuming not the katana, the pal metal axe and pickaxe, probably things we're going to need. And an electric furnace. I would imagine we need that as well. And also apparently bio batteries for the electric furnace. That's going to be a whole thing. Also allows the refinement of pal metal ingots. So that's how we make, okay, well that makes sense. I am going to go into this little dungeon thing here without knowing what we're fighting. I can't imagine it's going to be super high level, but the sorcerer, I've got no idea what that is. Level 28 as well. So it's actually not going to be too tough in theory. Oh, it's a 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗙𝗢. You look, I don't know why I said that like I know what a 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗙𝗢 is. It looks really cool though. So let's have 𝗓𝗡 try and do some damage without killing here. And then let's see if I can grab you. I mean, that's probably my only chance. I've only got regular pal spheres left. So if this doesn't work, which of course it did, we already have a 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢𝗙. Okay, okay, that's news to me, I guess. I don't know. Okay, sure. Apparently we already have one. You know what? I'm going to take it as an absolute win. That went really well. Anyway, I figure I'm going to just sort of continue my little adventure looking for some 𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢, and I sort of recognize this beach over here. This is close to where we used to have a base. I think 𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢 spawn on this beach. There's also a ton of paldium fragments. Oh, not 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙. That's unfortunate. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's some 𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢. We have caught a bunch of these before. It's just that obviously I may or may not have condensed them a little bit. So that's unfortunate for them. But I think we catch another one. I think we try and grab you with, okay, that killed you. I think we try and grab you without killing you. I'm just gonna have to clobber you a little bit with a refined metal axe. Let's see if that does anything. And while we're trying with that, let's, come here, quit your running. Enough of that. Oh, we did get that one. Fantastic. Okay, so that'll be 2 𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗢 for the ranch. I'll try and grab that one while I'm here. These 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙, I've never caught them before, but I feel sort of like I should, just while I'm here. Okay, it's apparently too strong. That's fine. Just while I'm here, I feel like I should at least try, you know? It seems like a silly thing to not do because there's a bunch of them. I could possibly get 5 of them and get my little bonus right away, which I'm absolutely not going to say no to. And I have like 100 regular spheres. So this should be, oh my God, he dodged it. This should be doable, right? So that hopefully is, okay, let's try that again. Just beat you up a little bit more. That's hopefully going to be number 2. And then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 over there if I happen to want that many, which I don't. Oh, is this going to be, it is not going to be number 5. That's okay. I've done no damage to it whatsoever. So it's unlikely that this is going to work out. But if it does, which it did, that is 𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙𝗢 number 5. Don't mind if I do. I don't think I'm going to grab you guys and set you up on any ranches. I'm not sure if you guys can be set up on ranches. So just very quickly, we'll have... Okay, 𝗓𝗡𝗙𝗢's doing his best, but he's not doing great. We'll just very quickly deal with these things because they're ever so slightly annoying me. They're not doing that much damage. They're just kind of annoying. And also I get some aquatic pal fluids from killing these guys, which is fantastic news. So now that I've done all of that, I guess the next thing to do is go back to the farming base, and we want to make sure that we do in fact have some 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙𝗢 assigned to a ranch. Now, can you guys... No, you guys do not produce anything from ranches. That's actually totally okay. You're a philanthropist. What does that mean in this context? When assigned to a breeding farm, breeding speed is increased by 100%. My man. Okay, we're going to keep you because that might come in handy. But I think having 2 of you assigned to... I mean, you can do watering, I guess. I don't really want you to be doing that, if I'm completely honest, but sure. We do have a bunch of wool and aquatic pal fluids lying around here, as well as some high-quality pal oil, which is great. I do think we should get someone here that can be dedicated to transport. I think that's going to be really important. Also, this 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 might actually be better in a ranch than that little lamble, because it's got level 3 ranching. So we'll see how that works out. As for the whole hauling and transport thing, I don't really... I mean, a lamble can do it. You can do it. Can I sort by transporting? And I want to see who is best at it. So it would be the beacons are actually really good at it. This is a boss one. I don't really want to assign you to do that. You can also do it. The war sect can do it as well, which is interesting. I don't think I'm going to be using these beacons for a little while. So I think this beacon here is going to come out. And I think I'd like to kind of set you to only do transporting. I think that's probably for the best. I do know we have little number 2 running around doing his thing. He's doing his best, but I don't want to overwhelm him. So if we go to work preferences and we go to that beacon, we can say that the only thing you're going to do is going to be any electricity stuff, not that we have any, and transporting. And that should now mean that all of the stuff we have coming out of that ranch is hopefully going to get moved into a chest, which I think I would like to build just a little chest right here. I think that's probably a solid idea, just so we have storage for the wool and for the high quality pal oil and for the aquatic pal fluids and basically anything else that happens to come out of that little ranch right there. That should work really nice. What are you putting that in there for? That is not where that goes, buddy. That is not. I was hoping I wouldn't have to change the settings here, but we're looking for pal materials only, which would be obviously aquatic pal fluids and wool and high quality pal oil. Everything else, no, we're not putting ore in there. That's not how this works. Anyway, I guess the best thing to do now would be to make one more little pal bed so that no one gets particularly annoyed. And I think this one is just going to go in the house because there's not really all that much room in the barn. There should be. There definitely should be. But apparently I haven't left that much room in the barn, which is unfortunate. So I think it's just going to live here. This is a fine little spot for it. That'll keep everyone nice and happy, which is exactly what we want to do. You are not supposed to... I need to make sure... You know what? Let's make sure we have some people assigned. I need to go over here to do it to the ranch full time. I don't want that lamble doing transporting. So you guys and you are all going to that ranch. I do think that maybe means that 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙𝗢 cannot do ranching because maybe ranches only have 4 spots, which could be a little bit awkward. So maybe we don't assign you to it permanently. I know that seems silly, but I think maybe we do kind of let them go back and forth because the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙 does give us high quality pal oil from the ranch every now and then. So that's actually maybe a good idea to go back and forth. Or I guess more reasonably, I could just build another ranch. That's not the button I want. Okay. I think we're just going to build another ranch. I think that might actually be the better, more sensible option here. And then I can assign everybody to ranches and whatnot. Although that 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙 can also do mining. I don't think we need him to do mining though. I think having him on a ranch kind of permanently might actually be the best thing to do with him. So we'll get this thing built nice and quickly. I would really like to put some trees around these. I know that I was talking about not wanting to encroach on the different resources that we have in this area, and I still don't want to do that. But I also do want to put some trees around these ranches because I think it's going to look kind of fantastic to just have a bit of greenery out here, you know? I think it's going to look nice to make the ranches feel like they're a little bit more a part of nature. Not that I need to. I don't know. I want this base to look nice. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I want it to look nice. I want it to look cozy. I want it to look appealing and all that good stuff. And I think that helps. It looks a bit dumb. It does look a bit dumb. We'll put a nice tree right there, and we'll put a nice tree just right there, and that should be, yeah, that looks okay. That looks, I'm getting away from why I built this base, let's be honest, but I think this looks pretty good. And that also gives us plenty of ranch space for everybody. So I think what I'd like to do is grab all of this, grab all of this, and grab all of this. And I want to grab that as well. I then want to make sure that I'm grabbing a bunch of the materials from up here as well. So all of the ores, we have 525. We have a ton of pure quartz. We have a bunch of palladium fragments, and we do need those. I don't need a bunch of wood. I don't need a bunch of stone. And I am considerably encumbered, but thankfully, because we're in the base area, I can just fast travel regardless. And then the reason I keep this grapple gun on me is because I can do this while I'm encumbered and then dump everything in that chest, and suddenly I am much better, which is exactly what I want to be. So we'll sort this a little bit. I'm going to put all of this palladium in there as well, because I think that's probably a solid idea. This wool and everything else, I'm not too sure where we're putting that. We do have a ranch here, which I would imagine is where a lot of that stuff is going to go, which is completely fine. We could also put some souls in there. We don't really want to put other materials in there. High quality pal oil can go in there. 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗢 can go in there as well, I suppose. We do have all of this wool still, which I need somewhere for. But what I'd mostly like to see is just how much of this stuff, the cryogenic coolant, can I make now? I can make 10 of it, which is kind of perfect. So that works out really nicely. I also need to make this Giga Shield at some point because it is considerably better than the shield that I have. I'd also like to make the Giga Grappling Gun, but I'm really trying to prioritize the things that I need versus the things that I don't. So what do I want to build first, I guess, is the main question. If we look into storage, I guess we'll start at the top. We would need the refined metal chest. We can't do that. We don't have hardwood. Cryogenic coolant is what we need for the refrigerator, and we do have enough to make 10 of that. So the refrigerator is going to be the first thing that we happen to make. And thankfully, it's not going to take that long to make 10 cryogenic coolant, which means I now have everything I need for this refrigerator. Now, the thing I'll say about the refrigerator is I don't think I have any need for it. I don't think I have anything. Oh, I do have a little something something in here. We have some baked berries, which is great. I'm not really, I'm not really using it to its full potential, and I feel a bit silly even bothering to make the refrigerator because I'm not using it to its full potential, but I guess I kind of need to. So let's get rid of the cooler, and let's see if I can fit the fridge in that space. I kind of figured I wouldn't be able to, unfortunately. This little workbench, I suppose, can go away, though, and then the fridge is unfortunately still not going to fit there. I don't want to block the window. Does it matter? Does it really matter? It probably doesn't. Let's just put it there, and that'll be totally fine. It's going to take 20 seconds to put this thing together, and then I guess we grab those berries, and we can put... I don't know. I don't use this thing. I just got it for the base. I don't use the fridge at all. I haven't been using coolers. So I mean, that's just for the objective. Anyway, when it comes to the next few things, we're going to need more polymer, and we're going to need... no, we don't need more polymer. We need refined ingots, which we have, and we need hardwood. When it comes to these beds, we need high quality cloth and hard wood. So let's queue up that high quality cloth production because we do have a bunch of wool. At least I do have a bunch of wool in my pockets, as we can see right there. So we'll start that production. It's only 3 more, which is better than nothing. And I guess now we need to make another base. We also, I kind of forgot about the fact that I really wanted this. We really should make these guild chests. That's kind of the thing I'm most excited about. So since that's going to need a bunch of materials to make it happen, let's go ahead and set up some production for a bunch of these refined ingots, and we'll let that go. What are you doing? It's stress snapping. Okay, that's got me slightly concerned. We'll come back and deal with that at some point. I'm busy. What I'm thinking is we need to build another base. Now, to do that, I need paldium fragments, I need wood, I need stone. I don't know how much of those things I have in my actual inventory right now. That's not the button I wanted, but that's also not the button I wanted. I do have enough to make a base. My concern is that I actually might want to have the materials for a guild chest first before I go out and set up a hardwood production base, because I want to set up a base in the desert. I think I talked about this in the last episode. I want to set up this base in the desert. I want to set it up to next to a bunch of trees that will give me hardwood, and then if I have the guild chest, I can just get that without having to go there, I think. So I think the best thing to do would actually be to, I suppose, get a guild chest here first. I was going to do this later. This was sort of a later step thing, but I think it makes sense to actually just go ahead and do it now. So we need a ton of paldium fragments, which is easy enough to come by. Also, that beach just over, I think that way, where the 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗢 were, happens to have a ton of paldium as well. So we're going to head that way. I'm going to grab as much paldium as I can get my hands on. And actually, I think we found this in the last episode as well. There is a ton of it up here by the Rain Syndicate Towers. So I'll grab all of this as well. I think I'm going to need 200 paldium for the 2 guild chests. Now, at the moment, I have 91, which tells me that one more little node over here is going to give me exactly 100 paldium. And so now I need to hit, I want to say 12 more nodes to get the 200 in total that I need. And just like that right there, we should now have 235 paldium fragments, which is actually considerably more than enough. If we have a look here, we only need 100 per guild chest. We need 20 ancient civilization parts, and we need 50 refined ingots. Fortunately, like I said, I think we're going to have enough to make this happen. So we need to pretty much go straight south to get back to the base, which I've got to say, it doesn't look as bad from above. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't look as bad, which I'm kind of okay with. So we'll pop down here, and we can get rid of good old, that's not the button I wanted. We can get rid of good old 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗏, and then we can make a guild chest, which looks really cool. It's a really cool looking thing. I kind of want to put it in here. I'm going to be honest. I think that's kind of a cool spot for it. It's going to take a little while to put this thing together, but once it is together, we can take a look at it. And I mean, there's plenty of space in here, which is great. We can kind of allow everything to be stored in there. I'm completely fine with that. I guess I just need to build another one over wherever we're going to be building the other base. We've also reached the maximum number of structures on base. No more structures like this can be built. So I need to find 50 of these ingots right here. So I'm just going to take all of those, and I'm now weighed down by that, which is really unfortunate. We'll put those normal ingots into that chest for now. And I need to bring that paldium with me as well. What else did I need for this? So it's refined ingots, paldium fragments, and ancient civilization parts. I don't think I have, I keep hitting E for my inventory. That's not the right button. Ancient civilization parts, I am pretty sure right there. So we want to, I guess, move 10 of those into my inventory, and then everything else. So this wood can go in there. I'm no longer encumbered, which is great. I think I have the materials I would need. Wait, no. I don't have the materials I would need to make a base because I just got rid of all of that wood. So I think the best thing I could do is pop out of the area of this base, take a look at the panel construction thing, and I do need 8 wood. So we'll head over to one of these trees. We can chop it down and get all the wood that we need, which has me encumbered again, really annoyingly. What can I get rid of? I need the stone. I need the wood. Do I need the fiber? I've got no idea. I do not need the fiber. I could eat something. That's going to drop my encumbrance just a little bit. I guess I'll probably survive. I think we'll be all right. I can probably just use 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗄𝗏 to get around because 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏 is not too encumbered. Well, actually 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏 is a little bit encumbered, but it's fine. I'm still moving faster on 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏 than I would be. And I guess now all I need to do is pick a spot for a little base out here in the desert. Now, part of me is tempted to use this tower as sort of the focal point of a lot of things, but it kind of defeats the purpose, I think, if we have the tower right next to what I'm doing, because I get a fast travel point from the base anyway. So let's just, okay, that's not, that was not, I actually did want to call 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏 that time. Let's go over there. I think that area looks kind of cool. It has a whole bunch of trees, which is the main thing we're looking for. There's a fast travel point up there as well. And there are a lot of trees up there. That could also be a good spot. Let me just take a very quick look at the map. We haven't been up there. Oh, there is a boss up there as well. You know what? I think we go over there. I think that's going to be the best spot for it. Although it does look like we have some coal just down there, which I wouldn't be against getting my hands on. There's a little bit over here. There's a little bit up there as well. I think the main thing I want to try and do is get my PAL box in the middle of all these trees. So as much as I'd like to have that coal within the area of the base, I'm not actually too sure that's going to happen. If there happens to be a little bit down here, that's great. It just doesn't look like there's gonna be, which is a little bit unfortunate. This is kind of where I'd be thinking for a PAL box. I might, you know what? We have a coal production base. We don't need another one. I'm also realizing I've made a terrible mistake because something I really probably should have done is bring more wood with me, because if I brought more wood with me, I could build, well, I can build a foundation already. You know what? I want to build a little foundation. I don't need this base to be super detailed, but I do want everything to be slightly elevated just away from the grass. So we'll get some stairs here. We're going to put our PAL box just up here, which, I mean, that seems like a pretty good spot for it. We'll get this thing built nice and quickly. And then we just need to build some storage, which in this case is going to be the guild chest. Now, I think it might be an idea to try and get more foundations here. Now, to make that happen, I think I need to take away this tree right here, which has instantly got me encumbered, which is really unfortunate. But if I can get rid of this tree and get all of this hardwood, which I'm realizing we probably need a slightly higher level PAL, at least a better lumberjacking PAL for hardwood woodcutting, which will be fine. This is just stone, so I'm hoping that if I can shrink this down a little bit, I'll be able to get some foundations just here, which I can now do, which is absolutely fantastic. The guild chest, therefore, is going to live... I was going to try and get it central in this whole thing, but I guess right about here is probably fine. And then with this done, I should be able to put this in here, put that in there, which will hopefully help me not be horrendously encumbered. Over this way, I would like to maybe do another bit of foundation, although I'm realizing whatever PALs I put here are going to need to be able to eat. That's going to be kind of important. So they're going to need a feed box, which is going to live... They're raiding this base? Seriously? Seriously? Hey, buddy. What? Yeah, okay. Chat, whatever. 5,000. You know what? No. I was going to say that I'd pay it if it was like 1,000 gold because I have a ton of money, but no, that's not happening. We have 5 minutes. We should be okay. When it comes to everything we need out here, we need berry seeds. That's doable. as for, I mean, they're going to need beds as well, but I'm probably not going to... Can I chop this down? I totally can. You know what? Let's get some woodcutting pals out here. They'll survive for a little bit being slightly miserable. So if we look at lumbering and we sort by lumbering, we can get the war sect out here to do that. We can get Masanda out here to do that. And we might be able to get, I don't know, a little gory rat out here to do that as well. But honestly, I mean, the main thing that I want is the hardwood. So I guess at this point, I probably just want to sort by transporting, which we know is going to be some of these guys. So we'll get a beacon here for some transporting. And then we're going to need some pals that can also do planting and gathering as well. So you can do planting. I need someone that can do both. 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗢 would be a really good shout. That is a boss though. So I think Bee Guard is probably my next pick. That's going to be our planting and harvesting. And then we just need someone that can do watering. So I mean, we have a bunch of Relaxosaurus. Let's get a Relaxosaurus. So that now means that if I can get a feed box and a berry farm, we will have production, which is great. And also these pals are probably strong enough to defend the place, I would imagine. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not 100% confident, but I would imagine that they're probably strong enough. At the very least, let me take down this tree right here so I can put more stairs at the little base that we have going on. And then very quickly, I want to come back here because I'd like to get my hands on some berry seeds. Now, I'm not 100% sure where I store those, but I would very much like to find out. I'm assuming it's going to be one of these chests back here. I really should sort this place out a little bit. We do have a bunch of tomato seeds back here, and we do have a bunch of onion seeds, which we could play around with, but I think those are probably not going to be needed right now. My berry seeds aren't in there either. Hold on, do we even have any berry seeds? We have 28 of them somewhere. Oh, they're in here. Okay, so I technically just need 3, but I think I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them so we can do 2 berry plantations. That seems like a relatively sensible thing to do as far as I'm concerned. I think 2 berry plantations will be enough for what we're trying to do in that space. And then I want to put this guild chest to the test. And I mean, we can see already that there is a bunch of hardwood in here. I'm going to put a bunch of wood in there, regular wood in there for construction. We'll put these berry seeds in there. I'm going to put my refined ingots in there. And this is making me think that we should build a guild chest. We need a guild chest at all the bases because I could have the quartz that's at the farming base just put in here automatically. And that's going to make my life so much easier. Oh, we need to do this. We absolutely need to do this. It's going to be a pain to kind of move everything into guild chests, but I think it's going to be worth it. Anyway, coming back out here to the desert, I can't help but notice that it seems like the negotiator is gone and there is no threat of a raid here. So I'm not too sure what's happened with that one. I'm not complaining by any means. I'm definitely not going to say no to not being raided at this little place, but definitely a little bit weird. Definitely that. Now, what I want to do here is build another one of these guys. I want to build more stairs on this side. I'm going to have to get rid of that tree to put stairs on this side, which is totally fine. I think the main thing I need to figure out is where I'm going to put all of my little farming things here. Now, we could do here. I think that would be kind of cool, actually. I think this is actually what I'm going to do. So the stairs can go. We can do pillars just here and here, which is completely unnecessary. We don't need those pillars, but it kind of looks cool. We can do this right here. And then I would say that we put a little farm here and we put a little farm just here. And that'll be the 2 little berry farms that we need, which is fantastic. I think that's kind of a cool spot for the 2 of those. Obviously, we don't have beds for the pals yet, but that's something that we're going to be working on. I think what I might do is get rid of these stairs, and then I want to do a wooden roof here and here, and I want to do a wooden roof just here. Now, obviously, I'm ever so slightly kind of encroaching on space where we can get materials from, but there are so many trees around here that I'm not really too worried about doing that. I don't think it's going to be the complete end of the world if we ever so slightly encroach on things. What I will do is put that right there, and then for infrastructure, I would like to get a PAL bed. Oh, I can't build it back there because this thing can expand. Okay, in that case, get rid of this. And instead, I would like to build a little pillar just here. We're going to use that as the midpoint for a PAL bed here, and here, and here. And that'll be 3 little PAL beds. Over on this side, we can do exactly the same thing with a bed just here and just there. Obviously not, oh, that's fine. Obviously not symmetrical, but it's not the end of the world either. It's totally fine. If I could get this to snap, that'd be great. It doesn't seem to want to. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we'll get this thing built. That's going to be our 5 little beds that we need. They just need a food box, which is going to live, I don't know where this is going to live. I hadn't really thought about everything that we need for this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to live. I guess maybe just down here would be the option for the food box, I suppose. Could I put it like here? I totally can. This is going to be too cramped, isn't it? This is going to be far too cramped. Could I put it next to you? It's apparently not an option either. Can I put it on that? I can put it on that side, which again might be a little bit too cramped, but I'm willing to give that a shot. And again, that should be everything that they need, other than perhaps one of these guys for a little bit of healthcare. So we'll give them a hot spring. It is the middle of a desert, so they don't necessarily need it as far as I'm concerned, but it's going to live right about there. That should help them not get super stressed. They can chop down a bunch of trees. They can eat, and they can sleep. So they should be happy, although I have a sneaking suspicion that they're absolutely going to get stuck out here quite regularly. Also, I do worry that, I mean, what are you doing? You're logging. That's what I want you to do. Where's the other guy? What are you doing? You're also logging. Okay. They might get stuck underneath what I've built here. And I think that's now got me quite concerned. Like, I think, I might have made a mistake here building this little base like this, but I'm going to leave it be. I'm not going to get too carried away. We have a ton of hardwood in here already, which is exactly what we need and exactly what we want. So I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to trust that this base is going to work out. I'm also going to trust that I really need to eat. So let's just get this in me so that I'm not starving. Everyone here is happy and in good condition. And now, because of this thing, I can get hardwood back at the main base, which is exactly where we need to go. Because we can now make the refined metal chest, which was one of the things that we need for the next base upgrade. Now, this, I think, is going to live... I don't really want to put it in here. I don't really need this, if I'm honest. I don't really see a need for it. We'll put it next to... We'll put it next to the fridge, I guess, just because there's not really anywhere else for it. The reason I feel like I don't need it is because I have the guild chest now. Like, being able to share stuff between bases just seems so much more sensible and so much more efficient. So this thing will get probably demolished at some point, but that leaves me one last thing that I need to make for this place, which is 3 large PAL beds. We don't have enough cloth to make those, but I'm hopeful that maybe, just maybe, we can make more of the we cannot. Okay. I need more wool, which is fine because we have a whole base for that. And I've got to be honest, I'm really curious to see just how much is in here. Not as much as I was thinking there would be, but that's all right. It's better than nothing. We do have you moving around and grabbing a bunch of stuff and putting it in storage, which is great. I think this base would be perfect for a guild chest. Moving all of this stuff out of here and just put a guild chest in the barn and have everything from this base available at every other guild chest. Whew. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that as an idea. I think it's going to be really cool. Anyway, we now have enough material for large pal beds. We need 3 of these, which is ridiculous. They're kind of huge. Absolutely enormous things. Can I get one in like the corner of my bedroom? No. I don't know where to put these. I really don't know where to put these. They're friggin' huge, man. I guess like there for one, I could put one at like the back of the base. Mate, what about just all around at the back of the base? Do I have room back here for 3 pal beds? Yeah, I totally do. I mean, it's gonna look stupid, but I think that's okay. I think it's gonna have to look stupid. I think what I'll do is a little bit of wooden foundation, foundation, and foundation. And I think just because I really don't have anywhere else for these, we'll do 1. We'll do, can they not go right next to each other? They're far too big. Okay. Or do I just not have the materials because I moved out of the area? No, they cannot go next to each other. Fantastic. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to be building many of these unless I absolutely need to. So let's just get the, second one just right there. And let's get the third one just right there. And how long do these take to build? 20 seconds? Let me help you guys build that one because it's going to go so much quicker if we all work together. The good news is, if I really want to, I can get rid of these as soon as this last one is built, because that'll let me upgrade the base and get my 15th pal here, which I'm very excited about. Very, very excited about. So there we go. Pal box upgrade is now available. Oh, I feel like I've done so much today, but nothing's really changed. It's great though. There we go. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. So the next thing we need is an electric kitchen. We are not going to go above the current number of pals that we have at the base, which is fine. We kind of knew that was going to be a thing. This does let me change some of my world settings now though, and I can potentially get more pals at the base, which I'm very excited about. The electric kitchen though, if we have a look in here, the electric kitchen is level 41. It requires refined ingots and charcoal. We can get those relatively easily. I think the best thing I could do though is work towards the electric furnace. Now I don't know how to make the bio battery. That's something I haven't quite figured out. Also need pal metal for the legendary spheres. I would imagine the bio battery is maybe at a different production line. So this is the production assembly line. Can I build it here at all? No. Which makes me think production assembly line number 2 might be what we need for this. I also kind of want this medium pouch because it's going to let me carry additional items. I think before I make that, I would like to make the Giga Shield because we have the materials for it. And I think it's going to benefit me in the long term. And to be fair, we can absolutely find out. I have 260 shields right now with the regular old mega shield. Putting this guy on takes my shields up to 540, which is much, much better. So let's discard the old one because we don't really need it anymore. And then I guess, well, I don't know at this point. I kind of want to make another, I do kind of want to make another thingy box, guild box thing, guild chest, because I think that's sort of what we would need for the other base, the farming base. We could also make a logging site here. I don't think I'm too concerned about that. Another improved furnace probably isn't needed. The electric furnace, I mean, we can't do right now. I'm going to have to look into bio batteries. In fact, I'm pretty sure if we look here, can be crafted at production assembly line number 2. So this thing. So we do need to make this. We need refined ingots and corrosive solvent. We need 5 corrosive solvent. We can make 48 of that right now, which I think we're just going to make 5 because I think I need venom glands for one of the little quests that we have going on. And I think I'm going to just let someone else make this because I actually want to have a look at my missions, my submissions, and specifically, that's me Depresso. 20 high quality cloth and 100 venom glands. And I will get the Depresso helmet and the Depresso armor, which is considerably worse than anything I'm wearing right now. But I mean, we can absolutely do this. That's not to say we're going to do it right now, but we should absolutely be able to do that. What I'd like to do, though, more so than anything else, is get more refined ingots going, because we need these for another guild chest. So we'll get those into production. And then once those are made, all I need to do is grab some ancient civilization parts, grab the refined ingots, grab a little bit more paldium, and we are pretty much good to head out and, well, build another guild chest at the little farming base. And that is something I am so excited about, because I think it's going to make us even more productive. It means that we will have coal available here at all times. No, not coal, because that's from the other base. Oh, hold on. Do I do it at the farming base, or do I do it at the base where we have... I mean, we have coal production here as well, right? We have a little bit of coal production going. That's a lot of timber. That's a whole lot of timber. Oh, I think the farming base is the one to go for, because we'll also get the stuff from the ranches over there. Yeah, I think the farming base is the right one. So let's see. We need paldium fragments. I need to find paldium fragments from this base. Oh my God. This is why I need to just put everything in guild chests, because I don't know where anything is. Okay, so I'm here at the mining base, at the ranch, and I can hear two things. Thing number one is just up there, and it is some kind of lucky pal. I'm not too sure what it is. It's a lucky 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗞𝗦, which is really cool, and I kind of want it, but I don't have any good pal spheres right now, so I might have to leave that be. The other thing that I could hear is that rampaging level 32 Mossanda, which actually has me slightly concerned. I'm a little annoyed with myself that I don't have any good pal spheres, but I haven't really been focusing too much on pal spheres today at all. I've been mostly focusing on, you know, trying to make the place a little better. I also happen to need some paldium right now. I'm a little bit low on that. So let me just pop in here and do, can I not do, there we go, do that, just because I can't. You survived, congratulations. Let's just, there we go, deal with you. I did happen to spot just a little bit of paldium down here, which is exactly what we need. This is the last bit of paldium that we need to make a guild chest at the farming base, which means I just need to pick somewhere for this thing to live. And honestly, I am strongly considering the idea that it should just be inside this barn. So I'm going to grab everything from this wooden chest right here and then get rid of it. I'm going to put this thing right in the middle, and we'll build it in just a second, because I'm going to take everything out of this chest, everything out of this chest, and then we're just going to get rid of those chests completely. And while this might be a bit of a distance away from those ranches, I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be good, because it means that I can just sort of throw all of this quartz in there. It means I can put all of the aquatic pal fluids in there. I can put ice organs in there. I could have my seeds in there as well, so all of my different bases have access to all of my different seeds. But the main thing that I've done with this is set it up so that everything produced at this base can now go into that storage chest instead of this one, which we no longer need, or this one over here, which I no longer want either, because again, I want everything to go into this chest inside the guild chest inside the barn, because it makes it available absolutely everywhere, and that's kind of the entire point. So all of this high quality pal oil can go in there as well, and it now means that this base is able to supply or provide for all of the other bases without me really having to come here and get the stuff myself, which is exactly what I want. So I think at this point, we're kind of in a situation where I really do need to rebuild this main base. And by this main base, I mean, kind of abandon it, essentially. That's kind of been my idea for a while, is we would get away from this place completely and just move in somewhere else. And I'm kind of thinking that little ranch is what I would like to become my main home, which I know doesn't really matter too much in Palworld, especially if we do start getting a bunch of guild chests everywhere. We're just going to have everything available everywhere. But my idea is that I think the next base we need to build is going to have to be somewhere with a lot of electricity and a lot of space for conveyor belts like this, because the next thing that we need really is the production assembly line number 2. Now, to get a bunch of refined ingots to make that happen, is not going to be too difficult because realistically, we do have a really good supply of ore. We are just lacking coal, unfortunately. And if we wanted to get our hands on a bunch of coal, I mean, it's more refined ingots and more paldium fragments. And I'm going to be honest, I was about to say that we'll wrap things up for today, but I think what I'm actually going to do is get another guild chest at the other base, because that's going to give me a coal supply here without having to go to that base as well. So I need more paldium and I need more refined ingots, but to get the refined ingots, I need the coal. So I need to go to that base anyway. But the thing to keep in mind with this base is it is all about productivity. So it does have coal production. It does have stone and wood production. It has got, you know, it's a source of food as well. It doesn't make as much coal as I would like, but it does have thousands of wood in this chest. It also has a ton of sulfur, which is something that we need to get our hands on as well. So, I mean, yes, it's not the most efficient, but it is still useful enough. Now, what I think I'll do is fly around here and see if I can see any paldium, which I absolutely cannot. There's absolutely no sign of it. There might be some down by that water, but we also have a bunch of 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗏. I think they're 𝗟𝗜𝗏? No, vanworms down there. So maybe the best place to go would be to just fast travel back to that little beach where I found all of the kelpsea, which was like right over here. And realistically, this is why. I mean, look at just how many little paldium nodes we have across this entire beach. There are so many of them, and I am so excited to get this final guild chest into that fourth base. It's absolutely going to be worth it. Now, looking at this, we need 100 paldium fragments, so we're going to need to hit 12 of these nodes. That was node number 3. And that right there is node number 12, which gives us 108 paldium fragments, which is perfect for a guild chest. We just need to go back to the main base and get the ancient civilization parts. We also need to go to that other base to get the coal for the refined ingots. So we're going back and forth a lot here, but I really do think this is going to be worth it. I think this is going to just make productivity so much better, especially once we get like the main production base set up, because that's what we're going to be moving away from. That's why we're moving from the big old White House into what's probably going to end up looking a bit like a factory. Anyway, we come over here and we get ourselves all of this coal, which has me horrendously encumbered. And then we come back here and we set up the production of 93 refined ingots, which is absolutely perfect. Let's also see if we can get 𝗚𝗏 to work on this, which is going relatively quickly. I'm not too sure how quick. Is the other one quicker? I can't remember what it's, 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏 or something like that, I think is its name. Yeah, good old 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏. Are you better at this than, oh yeah, you're a lot faster than 𝗚𝗏. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So that's not going to take too long to do. And now, because we have everything we need, we can go ahead and get this thing right here, which is going to take 48 seconds to build, because of course it is. But as I've said before, once we have this thing built, it kind of changes everything. I can just take everything out of this chest. We can get rid of this, and we can go in here and put all of that coal in there, all of that stone in there, all the ore, the bones, the sulfur, all of that wood, of which there is quite a bit, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's fine. We'll put some fiber in there because we have so much hardwood as well, which I love. I love that that's the thing we have now. We can put some wool in there. We can put some paldium fragments in there. This is so good. This is so good. We can put some ingots in there too. And that now means that all of my bases are connected in terms of storage. I mean, the main base is not set up particularly well because we do have a bunch of separate storage for everything there. But I can now share everything from this base with every other base. And that means that coal production is, I mean, kind of automated, right? I don't need to come out here to get coal anymore, which I love. In fact, I'm kind of wondering, we probably don't, I'll keep, do I need ore production out here? I'm kind of thinking I should maybe change this out for something like a coal quarry. I feel like it would make more sense to have a coal quarry out here. What? Hello? Why am I? What is going? Oh my God, there's a van worm. Why me? Why did it target me? What did I do? Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm gonna be honest. I do not. Anyway, I think we should probably get a coal quarry out here. I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't have the materials for it, but I think a coal quarry out here would make quite a bit of sense. And I think that's definitely something to aspire to, especially since, I mean, we do have all of these coal nodes here as well. So just having a continuous supply of coal, kind of like the continuous supply of hardwood, I think is going to be a good idea. So I don't know about you, but I really do think the guild chest has just changed everything. I cannot stress enough how excited I am that I now have 4 of them, and I'm really, really keen to see just how productive things can be now that we have all of our pals just feeding into guild chests. I mean, we've seen how productive things are with the hardwood setup. I mean, admittedly, I've not been using it for all that much just yet, but 647 hardwood is kind of really cool, and I love that that's a thing that we now have. I love that we got that with relatively minimal effort as well, so I'm really, really pleased about that. I also noticed that at level 45, we get the glass structure set, which requires stone and paldium fragments to create. That actually has me considering the idea that maybe I just do tear down the White House build that we have, and I might build some kind of skyscraper looking thing with a bunch of glass. The biggest problem is just paldium. I would really, really like a more reliable source of paldium than what we have right now. And looking through here, there is nothing that says to me that we can build a dedicated paldium mine, which I guess kind of maybe is intentional. Maybe you're kind of always supposed to have to go out and deal with a general lack of paldium. Otherwise, eventually you could just never leave your base, I suppose. An electric egg incubator would be kind of cool as well. Ore mining site 2 is going to be large quantities of ore, which is fine. I mean, we could get that. Looking a little further down, we do have sulfur. We have large incubators, large power generators, pure quartz quarries. Any other types of quarries that we have in here? It's we've got hexalite quartz quarries as well, aquatic construction sets, sorrelite quarries. I'm probably spoiling myself just a little bit here, and wings. So at first glance, it does seem like paldium is going to be what holds us back, especially with glass construction. But let me know in the comments below, should we look for somewhere else? I mean, realistically, we're going to be looking for a lot of areas like this because they tend to be quite flat. We do have this initial base in a relatively flat area. It is right by the starting zone, which is why I'm not against moving it. It would be kind of cool, I think, to explore a little bit and maybe build a cool looking tower somewhere. I have mentioned before that I do really want to get like some water nearby. And I mean, we do have water nearby this place. I'd like a water feature is what I'm thinking. So let me know. Should we tear down the old base and build some kind of, glass and stone skyscraper in its place, or are we going out adventuring looking for a better place? We haven't been to these islands yet, so maybe up here would be a cool place for a little something. Either way, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can come up with something together. But that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.